Hello there, it's Kath Temple, the success and happiness psychologist. I thought I'd just come over to this group and talk about addictions for a moment. Addiction is interesting from a variety of perspectives. Addiction is often caused through untreated trauma. Untreated traumas predispose the brain to depression, to anxiety, and to addiction issues. So where you can, take support and remove those traumas. My charity, the Happiness Foundation, which exists in Gibraltar as well as in the UK, we have volunteers who are very skilled and very experienced in taking out trauma. So there is support and help available if you have untreated trauma that you're aware of. So that might be in the form of PTSD, it might be less graded than that, but we can without question help and remove PTSD. So we have much experience in doing that. So that's one of the things to remember, that trauma predisposes the brain, sensitizes the landscape of the brain, and predisposes it to depression, to anxiety, and to addiction issues. When you have a craving for a substance or an activity, so when you're in the grip of addiction, your dopamine levels, the motivation hormone, is very high, and your cortisol levels are very high too. So dopamine and cortisol are very high, and serotonin, the happy hormone, and DHEA, dehydroepiandrosterone, which is a super hormone that makes a massive difference to your health, are both very low. So the craving gives you the got to have it and got to have it now feeling, and then when you do the deed, you get serotonin coming down and the dopamine and the cortisol going down. But there are other ways to achieve the reduction in cortisol and the enhancement of serotonin and DHEA, the endorphin kind of a rush. DHEA, massively powerful. So cortisol, for example, is pro-cancer, pro-diabetes, pro-arthritis, and it's pro-aging too. When you make it in your adrenal glands, and you cannot then create something called DHEA. Cortisol and DHEA exist in inverse proportions to each other. But DHEA, dehydroepiandrosterone, is anti-cancer, anti-aging, anti-arthritis, and anti-diabetes. So anti-cancer, anti-aging, anti-diabetes, anti-arthritis. Amazing. Cortisol is pro all of those things. Not good news at all. So there are various ways of reducing your cortisol levels. One of them is with 7-11 breathing. Breathing in and in your mind, counting to 7. Breathing out to the count of 11. So let's do 3 together now. Here we go. In for 7, out for 11. And again. And again. 7-11 breathing, discovered by Professor John Gottman to be a very fast state changer. It puts you back in control of your kingdom or your queendom, as opposed to chemicals running the show. Enough of that and the havoc and devastation that they cause, not just in your life, but in the lives of those who love you too. There's a technique also called EFT, the Emotional Freedom Technique. It's incredibly powerful. It works physically, it works psychologically, emotionally, and really makes a big difference too. And there is an addictions protocol. So here's how you would use that. So you have to make the choice. Are you going to do it? Or are you just going to do the same old, same old? Because if nothing changes, nothing changes. So you have to make some different choices. If you want different, you've got to choose different. If If you want better, you got to choose better. Nothing changes, nothing changes. So I'm just sharing with you some strategies to bring back some control of the kingdom, some control of the queendom. So, the addictions protocol in EFT goes a little like this. Rate the level of the craving. If 10 is as high as it could be, 1 is, it's not very high at all. Just note the number of it. And then you're going to tap on your collarbone with a good drumming, fair pressure on it without bruising yourself. And then under the eye. And back to the collarbone. Under the arm. Back to the collarbone. Side of the second finger just at the base of the nail bed. Back to the collarbone. Tap the side of the hand, the karate chop point. Back to the collarbone. 7-11 breath. And now take a recount on that craving. I know it will have gone down. I've done this work before with a lot of people. If it's still a 5 or higher than a 5, I want you to just repeat that, but we're going to add 1 extra step. Take a note of the number it is, 1 to 10, 10 being as high as it could be, 1 being no problem. Here we go. If it's a particularly high craving, you're going to go to the back of your hand. You've got your 4 knuckles and you've got the valleys between each knuckle. And between your ring finger and your little finger, just slide down there 1 centimetre, half an inch to us old codgers like me, and tap there on the back of your hand. It's called the gamut point. And as you think about whatever it is that you're craving, close your eyes, open your eyes, close your eyes, open your eyes, close your eyes, open your eyes. Eyes sharp down right, sharp down left, sharp down right, sharp down left, sharp down right, sharp down left, keeping your head still. Imagine there's a great big clock about 5 feet in front of you. Put your eyes on 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And back, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just count to 5 out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then hum happy birthday. One brings in the left brain, the other brings in the right brain. Looks a little strange, I know, but incredibly powerful, I promise you, for many, many things, including addiction. So just take a rating again now. If 10 is the highest the craving could be and 1 is not a problem, let me know where you are. Let me know the reduction. And all you need to do is just to repeat those things and you'll find a great reduction in that craving. And then you are back in control of your queendom or your kingdom. There's one more thing I'd love to show you as well, and that's a technique called havening. Havening, very powerful. Its proper name is amygdala depotentiation therapy, but to us we mostly call it havening. It's known commonly as havening. Havening releases serotonin and oxytocin, puts a tsunami wave of gloriousness through your brain, and it also creates 0.5 of a delta wave in your brain. Delta is slow wave healing sleep. but you got your eyes open. But it means your body is healing in a glorious way. And so, again, you can rate a craving and then put your hands over your shoulders, bring them down your arms, across your palms, and again, and count backwards as you do it, maybe from 50 to 0 in twos. So 50, 48, count out loud, 46, 44, 42, 40, 38, 36, 34, 32, 30, 28, 26, 24, 22, 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. And just note the number that the craving is. And now, think of your favourite place to be, maybe your favourite beach, your favourite walk, and imagine being there now. Each count denotes a step forward in all right directions, and we're going to count up this time from 1 through to 21 as you imagine walking in a most glorious place that's special to you. Here we go. 1, you count out loud. 2, you count, I'll talk. Just notice what you notice as you imagine being on that walk. See what you see. Hear what you hear. And feel the feelings that you feel there. Notice what you notice. The shapes and colours, the textures. Maybe where the sky meets the land. The feel of the air upon your face. Resting your eyes on whatever delights you and brings you joy. Just focusing on the landscape of wherever your mind is, seeing all that you see. When you get to 21, just stop and notice the craving. So if you truly want to take back control, I encourage you to use some of these techniques just as an experiment. There's nothing to lose and maybe much to gain. Maybe much to gain. I hope this has been useful to you. This is Kath Temple, a success and happiness psychologist. From my heart to yours. Bless you.